As you can see, it's package day again, and this time we've got a parcel from Den Brass. We worked out a trade. I sent him some locks. He sent me some locks, and that's how it works, folks. This time, I'm real curious as to what he sent. I think I know one lock that he put in here, but not 100% sure on everything. So let's go ahead and cut this bad boy open. Okay, and this thing is packed tight, so let's go ahead and dump everything out. Okay, that's just extra packing that was in there. Whoa! Whoops! Throwing my phone. Okay. So let's take a look at all the goodies that Den Brass stuck in here for us. Okay, we'll start here. We got one of his Yales with all the markings on it. I think this might have been, I think he said something about he sent this to Bosnian Bill. Can't remember for sure, but look at that bidding on this Yale. Den, I think this is going to wind up keeping me out for quite a while, but it works real smoothly. Very nice. I'd say it's probably 6-pinner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, definitely. Yeah, that is going to be a monster to pick, but really cool brass Yale. I like it, and that'll be a fun one to get into. Let's see here. I got another lock here. The Taymor High 5, pinned by West Coast Picks. Pretty decent bidding on the key, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is high, so yeah, I would imagine. West Coast Picks locks are always a blast to pick open. Looks like that'll be pretty fun. And I don't think I've had this one before, so. Hickory Hardware. Okay, definitely never heard of that. Pretty sticky, but it ought to pick all right. This one was pinned by, this is pinned by West Coast Picks too. Doesn't have a name. Might be one of his older locks. I've definitely never seen this one. But another fun one to pick. This is a Dorma, and this was pinned by Den Brass. Holy hell, look at that bidding. That is a lot like the bidding of that Schlag Evers that I sent Pick Me, but not quite as evil. Still, that is a very evil bidding, and true Den Brass fashion. It works perfectly smooth. I mean, there's no hitch, nothing. It's smooth. So another real fun one to pick in. And I've got another Den Brass here with another evil bidding on a Schlag. Should be a fun pick. Has a slight hang up in the middle there. Not too bad. But the key does work. And another Den Brass. Very nice. So, we got an American lock. I like the name of this one. The Frustrator 2000. Don't know who made it. But it looks like one of those American locks that I kind of had before with the laser engraving down here. But I don't think it is one of the ones I've had before because none of mine started with an S. All right. Really cool locks, Dim. Thanks for sending them. Let's see if I can't pick one out of the package for you. I'm going to go with this High Five. West Coast Picks. It's a quick set style keyway, but it's a Taylor. So if I fail, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here with stay safe, don't do anything illegal, thanks for watching, and thanks to Den Brass. But my luck on these out-of-the-package picks lately hasn't been terrible, and I may have just jinxed myself. Okay. Nice and smooth. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you. Stay focused, camera. And what pick do I want to try? I want to use a gem and a 40,000 stop of the keyway. If I had a 50,000, it'd probably fit in there a little bit more snug, but I think we'll be all right. We go with 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 3, nothing, 4, nothing, 5 is binding. Okay, got a few clicks out of 5. Coming forward, and I wound up getting some clicks off of 2. Okay, got a nice click off of 2 there. Counter rotation on 3. Okay, and then another nice click. Another click off of 2. Now I've got a deep false set. Now I may have a deep false set, but I've got no feedback to go with it. And let's see. I'll go with a slightly more pointed pick, a little bit taller. And there we go. I must have been hanging up on a T-pin there. All right. So let's see what this High Five lock has in it. Harley's locks at West Coast Picks are always fun locks to pick. He's one hell of a challenge lock maker. And that actually looks too small for my Schlage tailpiece remover. So let's do this the old school way. Spring doesn't want to come out. That's not a big deal. I'm pretty sure there's a T-pin in here, so I'm going to shim it. Okay, the shim went in all the way. Alright, so let's take a look here. I already see some threads, just in chamber 2 though. And definitely T-pins up top since this has been epoxied. Alright, so let's look at these. I got a T-pin key pin on 1, a serrated T-pin, a T-pin on 3, a T-pin on 4. Man, I'm lucky I didn't overset anything. I'd have been screwed. And then another T-pin on 5. Nice threads in chamber 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the top of the lock. got a nice serrated pin with the steel spring. I've got another serrated pin and a copper spring. I've got a serrated spool with the steel spring that just flew. Oh, there it is. Okay, I've got a spool that's kind of stepped down in the middle and stepped up, so a little bit of a barrel shape to it. That spring doesn't want to come out. And I've got a pin and pin in chamber 5. Very nice. All right, so let's take a look and see these other springs. Okay, that is a steel spring. Kind of a more heavy-duty steel spring than the others. And then another copper spring. As usual, no modifications up top. But I do believe this is one of West Coast Picks' earlier locks. So it's interesting to see a lot of improvement because his pins nowadays are just unbelievably good. I mean, he talks about my pins, but I think his give mine a hell of a run for the money. So here's what we got. We got a standard with a T-pin on top. We've got a serrated with a T-pin on top, another serrated with a T-pin, or another standard with a T-pin, and then another standard with a T-pin, and then we have a serrated with a T-pin. So overset traps galore in the bottom. I've got a nicely serrated pin here, another nicely serrated pin here, a little bit wider serrations, serrated spool, then another serrated spool or barrel inside spool, kind of unique. I kind of like that. It gives a different feedback when you hit that spool, so it's a little bit harder to tell what you have when you have something like that. And then I've got this inverted T-pin here in chamber 5, and it's serrated as well. Lots of real fine serrations. Different springs throughout, so a lot of variation on spring pressure. Harley, thanks for making this lock. It's a fun one to pick. And Den Brass, thanks a whole lot for sending it. I really appreciate it. And all these other locks you sent, I'm going to have fun picking for a while. 4 packages this week. It's a little bit unheard of around here. So I'll be picking for a while and building my trading stock up at the same time. Everyone, please stay safe. Don't do anything illegal. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe.